spirituality? It is the reality of your spirit. So what does it have to do with leadership? Well, everything. How do you bring in spirituality in leadership is what I want to talk to you guys about today. The most important thing to remember is that today, no business is limited to just being a B2B or a B2C or a B2B2C. Every business today is edge to edge, from one human to another human. Every business needs to be driven with one core objective, and that is to add value to someone's life, solve a problem, address a pain point. And if that's not the reason why you do what you do in your business, then your business is definitely not going to be a sustainable one. What helps us to bring real life into this purpose is to lead this purpose with our own reality, the reality of our own spirit. By being a person that we truly are, for which we have to first understand who that person is. Who am I? Is one of the most important questions to answer. I know it sounds very esoteric. किसके पास टाइम है लाइफ में सोचने के लिए who am I? बट अगर हमारे पास इस क्वेश्चन के लिए टाइम नहीं है तो हम सिर्फ एक एंडलेस रेस भाग रहे हैं। और हम क्यों भाग रहे हैं? क्योंकि बाकी सब भी भाग रहे हैं और हमें ये लग रहा है कि अगर हम इतनी तेज नहीं भागेंगे तो पीछे रह जाएंगे। और भागते भागते हम उस एक पॉइंट पे पहुंचते हैं जहां पे हम सब एक वही किताब लिखना चाहते हैं ताकि हम लोगों को ये बता सके उस किताब के माध्यम से कि देखो भाई, जिंदगी भर भागने का कोई मतलब नहीं है। जब आप पीछे देखेंगे तो आपको सिर्फ अफसोस होगा। यू विल ओनली रिग्रेट that you've been running on this endless track forever with no purpose, no meaning behind it. Why? Because you could never truly understand your own self. When you bring in that connection with your core, then there is a lot more meaning in whatever you do. Now, let me give you a word of caution. The more you bring in awareness about yourself, the more you will see the gaps that exist, the areas of improvement that you need to look at. And that, my friends, is not a bad news at all. It's not always important for us to go from a 7 to an 8 or 8 to a 9 on a scale. Sometimes it's interesting to observe that, you know what, I thought I was a 7 on this scale, but now that I'm really looking at myself with honesty, I think I'm a 4. And with that revision, a 4 to 5 is a lot more progress than your earlier 7 to 8. You know what I'm saying? So if we are on the surface about who we are, then whatever we will do will be on the surface. When you bring the courage to go deeper, when you bring in the courage to look into the mirror and really see your true self, is when you bring in authenticity in everything you do. You bring in more life and more spirit in everything that you offer to people around you. So here are a few ways in which I want you to practice spirituality and bring that into your leadership. Number 1, bring in 10 minutes of silence in your life. It could be first thing in the morning, last thing before you sleep, or any time in between. Giving yourself those 10 minutes is very, very important for your internal wiring to happen, for that earthing to take place, for that groundedness which is needed for us to achieve whatever we want to achieve. Number 2, bring in a practice of journaling. Journal how you feel in a day, or simply answer the question, who am I? Sit with that question every single day without going back to how you answered it yesterday, and see what are the thoughts that are coming to your mind today when you look at this question. Who am I? Who am I? There are no wrong answers, but the right practice is to answer this question every single day. And the third is to write your gratitude list. I know you've heard about this many times, but if you haven't done it, then you're not the right person to say that it doesn't work. For it to work, it has to be done consistently. I've been doing it for over 8 years, and let me tell you, every single day it adds so much more to my experience of life. 3 things that you're grateful for. See if you can think of 3 different things every day, because there are just so many things to be grateful for. Bring these practices in life and then see what it does to unfolding the reality of your spirit, your spiritual self, your real self. And with that, when you lead, you create transformations.